Some of US military's most valuable aircraft are not fighter jets. They are tankers that refuel jets in the air, radar planes that track threats from long distances, and command aircraft that help coordinate military operations. These aircraft usually operate far from hostile air defenses. But China may now have developed a weapon that can threaten them even from thousands of kilometers away. China has reportedly developed hypersonic glide vehicles that can launch air-to-air weapons. That means Beijing can potentially target aircraft such as US aerial refueling tankers, airborne early warning planes, and flying command posts from much greater distances than before. So what exactly has China developed and why does it matter? First, let's understand a hypersonic glide vehicle or HGV. A normal ballistic missile generally follows a more predictable path after launch. A hypersonic glide vehicle is different. It is carried into a sky by a rocket or missile, then separates and glides through the atmosphere at more than 5 times the speed of sound. And it can change direction while flying. That makes it harder to track and intercept. Now China has reportedly added another capability, using these weapons against aircraft. And that could be especially important because of the kind of aircraft they may be designed to target. Take aerial refueling tankers. Fighter jets have limited range. Tankers allow them to refuel in the air, fly farther and remain airborne for longer. Then there are airborne early warning aircraft. These large aircraft carry powerful radar systems and can detect other aircraft from hundreds of kilometers away. They also help pilots and commanders build a clearer picture of what is happening in the air. Then there are command aircraft such as US Air Force's E-4B Nightwatch, which can act as a flying command center. All of these aircraft are extremely valuable. And because they are large, relatively slow and not designed for close combat, they normally operate at a safe distance from possible threats. China's new capability could reduce that safe distance. A hypersonic glide vehicle launched using China's DF-17 missile could reportedly travel around 2,400 kilometers. That is almost the distance between China and Guam, one of America's most important military hubs in the Western Pacific. China also has DF-27, which has an estimated range of around 8,000 kilometers. On paper, that could put targets as far away as Hawaii within reach. This is part of a much larger expansion of China's missile forces. According to Pentagon estimates, China had at least 3,150 ballistic missiles and around 300 ground-launched cruise missiles as of 2024. China is also trying to make those weapons more flexible. Some hypersonic cruise missiles have reportedly been given air-to-air capabilities, while other missile types have been adapted to attack ships. So Beijing is not simply increasing the number of missiles it has, it is also expanding what those missiles can do. Targeting support aircraft could have a much bigger effect than simply shooting down one plane. If a tanker is forced farther away, fighter jets may have less range. If an early warning aircraft has to operate farther back, its radar coverage may be reduced. And if command aircraft are pushed farther from an operating area, communication and coordination could become more difficult. In simple terms, these weapons could force US to rethink where it positions some of its most important aircraft. But there's a major challenge. Hitting a moving aircraft from thousands of kilometers away is extremely difficult. A long-range missile could take 20 minutes or more to reach the area where the target is expected to be. During that time, an aircraft traveling at hundreds of kilometers per hour could move a very long distance. So the missile would need extremely accurate and regularly updated information about where that aircraft is. That information could come from satellites, drones, ships, aircraft, or other sensors. All of these systems would need to work together. This is often called the kill chain, finding a target, tracking it, passing that information to the weapon, and then guiding the attack. And the longer that chain becomes, the more opportunities there are to disrupt it. Communication links can be jammed, sensors can be interfered with, the target can change direction. So having the missile is one thing, successfully using it against a moving aircraft thousands of kilometers away is much harder. There's also another concern. Weapons such as DF-17 and DF-27 are linked to China's ballistic missile forces. A launch could therefore be difficult for another country to immediately interpret. Is it a conventional strike? What is its target? What kind of warhead is being carried? That uncertainty can increase the risk of miscalculation during a serious military crisis. US meanwhile is also developing longer-range air-to-air weapons. It has already developed the AIM-174B based on the SM-6 missile. The US Navy is testing the AIM-424 Malise, which it says has a range of more than 300 miles. And the AIM-260 is also being developed for long-range air combat. So the bigger story here is not simply that China has another hypersonic weapon. It is that the distance at which valuable aircraft can be threatened appears to be growing rapidly. Tankers, radar planes and command aircraft were once protected largely by staying far enough away. China's new weapon raises a very different question. How far is far enough now? Because if aircraft sitting thousands of kilometers away can still be targeted, the map of what counts as a safe operating area may have to be redrawn.